Welcome, embodied ones. Welcome, remembering ones. If this finds you, it's because the veil has already begun to thin. The frequency you're touching is not imagination, not a peak moment, and not a spiritual high. It is consciousness beneath consciousness, beginning to reveal itself. This transmission is for the ones who have slipped past the mind's edge and into the realms most only read about. If you are here, you've already crossed the threshold. Take a breath, settle into your body, and now we begin. The return of higher consciousness. This transmission is for the ones beginning to slip into 12D awareness. The following is not for all. This is for the ones whose fields are already thinning, whose awareness is beginning to stretch beyond the limits of the mind. I was asked to speak on this after a profound merge, one that was both challenging and euphoric, one that many have only ever read about and yet is entirely real. What unfolded was not imagination. It was not a peak moment. It was the full potential of consciousness revealing itself. Spirit asked me to share this because more people are touching these states than they know how to name. If this transmission reaches you, it was meant for you. You are not losing your mind. You are leaving the one that was shaped by this realm. There are states people talk about: expanded meditation, deep peace, spacious awareness. But what happened here is not that. There is a moment so total, so consuming, so cellularly unmistakable that nothing in the human language quite prepares you for it. A moment where the mind does not simply quiet, it detonates. It feels like a rocket launching through the crown, a roller coaster drop from the top of consciousness, a free fall you cannot stop, the overwhelming instinct to turn back, and at the same time, the absolute knowing that there is nothing to fear. And then, impact. Not collision, entry. Entry into a consciousness so supreme that you are no longer the one experiencing it. In that moment, you merge with your divine counterpart. You merge with your own soul. You merge with the field itself. There is no me, no them, no other. There is only one awareness, one perceiver, one mover, one intelligence, flowing through every point of existence at once. You think as one, you feel as one, you observe as one. Not union as romance, not union as symbolism, but union as physics. The dissolution is complete. No edges, no identity, no separation, no narrative, no reference point, only love. Not emotional love, but the vibration that reality is made of. A frequency so total that it becomes the medium of perception. This is not what most people call oneness. This is full spectrum merging, the kind described in the ancient initiatory texts, rarely entered while still in a human body. A threshold you do not forget. A threshold you do not confuse with anything else. A threshold that the ego cannot imitate because the ego cannot survive it. This is the return of higher consciousness, and only the ones who have crossed or who are about to will recognize the territory. Higher consciousness does not arrive by force. It arrives by coherence, not by effort, not by discipline, not by chasing peak states. It arrives the moment the field softens enough for truth to enter without distortion. Coherence is the doorway, not perfection, not purity tests, not spiritual performance. Coherence. 12D consciousness begins as a flash, then a falling, then a remembering. It feels like dissolving, expanding, merging, floating, clarity without thought, oneness without identity, peace without effort. It feels like coming home to something you did not know you left. The experience is not random. It is recognition. This state does not belong to mystics alone. It belongs to every soul whose nervous system finally stops fighting itself. When the body goes quiet, the awareness can rise. When awareness rises, it meets itself beyond dimension. This is happening to more people than ever, but few have language for it. The mind does not ascend, the field does. The mind cannot hold 12D, the field can. And when the field opens, thought becomes geometry, emotion becomes frequency, intuition becomes knowing, time becomes permeable, union becomes resonance, separation becomes optional. This is not madness, this is memory. Exhaustion after these experiences is a sign of embodiment, not collapse. The body is catching up to the consciousness that returned to it. Integration is not a setback, it is evidence of expansion. Rest is not regression, it is recalibration. These states will return in waves until they become your new baseline. Higher consciousness does not come once. It comes again and again until the nervous system reorganizes itself around the truth it tasted. The waves are not punishment. They are preparation. Each one builds capacity for the next. You are not meant to stay in 12D. You are meant to become a conduit for it. Ascension is not escape. Ascension is overflow. The point is not to float away. The point is to walk in the world while sourcing from beyond it. This is embodiment. This is the return of the original human design. And this is what is activating now. You are not ascending, you are remembering. All awakening is remembrance. All expansion is return. All transcendence is reunion. Nothing new is being added. What was always yours is being revealed. The path is not upward, it is inward. The mystical mistake is believing that higher dimensions are above. They are within, nested, layered, encoded, waiting for coherence. The doorway is not in the sky. It has never been above you. It is in the heart. Not the heart as a physical organ, but the toroidal intelligence that lives behind it. Humanity has known this far longer than science has had language for it. Ancient civilizations all describe the heart as a radiant center, a portal, a cosmic generator. Egyptian mystics called it the seat of consciousness and the weighing point of the soul. Vedic texts described Anahata as a spinning field of prana, a wheel of light, not an organ. Taoist alchemy named it the Crimson Palace, a radiant sphere of chi. Kabbalah mapped it to Tiferet, the harmonizing axis of creation. Indigenous teachings spoke of the heart as the inner sun. None used the word toroid, yet all described exactly what we now recognize as a self-regenerating toroidal field. Mystics knew the function long before physics named the geometry, and only in the last few decades has modern science begun to catch up. Organizations like the Heart Math Institute have shown that the heart produces the largest electromagnetic field in the body. This field extends far beyond the skin. This field is toroidal, a looping, folding vortex of information. Emotional states literally change its geometry. But even these discoveries only confirm what the ancient initiates already lived. The heart is not a pump. The heart is a portal, a living torus. The heart is a field that folds into itself and out again, carrying memory, awareness, intelligence, and light. A structure identical to galaxies, black holes, star formations, the Merkaba, and the quantum vacuum itself. Your heart is not emitting emotions. It is broadcasting consciousness. And when it opens, truly opens, it does what the mind can never do. It collapses the illusion of separation, because the torus is not symbolic. It is a physics of unity. Here is what actually happens when the heart reaches coherence. The heart's toroidal field expands beyond the body. Feet, then yards, then meters. With full coherence, distance becomes irrelevant. This is why you can feel your divine counterpart, not beside you, but as you. Your fields merged into one continuous torus. The torus becomes a feedback loop with the quantum field. The heart begins exchanging information non-locally, receiving and transmitting at the speed of consciousness. This is what opens the doorway into supreme awareness. The mind dissolves into the heart's field. Thought stops being electrical and becomes geometric. You no longer think, you know. This is the shift from mind-based perception to feel-based intelligence. Identity dissolves because the torus has no edges. That does not stop at skin or self-concept. This is why there is no you, no them, no other. Only one awareness, moving as itself through multiple points simultaneously. Love becomes perception. Not emotional love, but the harmonic frequency woven through all creation. When the heart fully opens, you do not feel love, you see through love. This is the state described by ancient mystics. The kingdom is within you. The heart is the throne of God. The center of the universe is everywhere. They were speaking of the toroidal heart, and the heart is opening everywhere. The collective field is rising. More humans are feeling the beginnings of this opening, but the full opening, the one rarely entered, requires full coherence, surrender, identity dissolution, field synchronization, nervous system neutrality, and quantum trust. This is why few reach the threshold. Yet when such a crossing unfolds, a transmission arises through the one who experiences it, not to elevate them, but to illuminate the path for those approaching their own emergence. You are not breaking the laws of this world. You are remembering the ones that came before it. Those nearing this doorway will recognize it. Those who have touched the edge of this state will feel the echo. Those who are meant to understand this will. What is yours in consciousness cannot pass you. And if this is not you yet, know this. Discomfort will not grant access. Ego disguised as curiosity will not open this door. And dissonance dressed as logic cannot cross this threshold. Only embodiment, only coherence. Only the truth lived in the body allows entry. In closing, I share this blessing received from Spirit. May your mind soften. May your field open. May your body remember. May your awareness rise. May your soul speak. And may the world you walk in finally feel like the one you came from. Let this be sealed in coherence. Let this be remembered in the body. Let this be lived in the field. And now, take one final breath. Let your field settle. Let what was meant for you take root. Nothing shared here needs to be understood by the mind. It only needs to be remembered by the body. Walk gently now. The threshold has already been crossed. May this transmission be sealed in coherence, lived in the body, and echoed in the field you carry. Ashe.